Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about a very hard thing to do is how to stay sane during COVID-19, during the coronavirus. Obviously our circumstances are constantly changing, but there are several things that you can keep in mind or that you can consciously do to keep yourself more sane during this difficult period. Before we go on, I just want to remind you that if you want to see more videos about life coaching, about how to be happy, or even nutritional advice and talks, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time there's a new video. And of course, share with your friends if any of this might be of interest to them. So the very first thing I want to encourage you to do during COVID-19, during this period where everything is changing, or maybe you're in a shelter in place, is to really have a routine for yourself. Now, I know that initially it's really attractive and maybe even fun and even worthwhile for a couple of days to break out of all routine, treat this like a fun weekend where you sleep as much as you want, you eat whatever you want, you kind of indulge. But at one point, I want to encourage you to start a more fixed routine. The reason for that is when you have a routine, it gives you a sense of control and normalcy, that even if things outside of your own sphere or your world feel out of control, when you have a routine, you feel like there is some sorts of control, of continuity over life. So when I talk about a routine, what do I mean? If you are used to waking up at a certain time every day, when you're working normally, if you're working from home, if you're unemployed, it's good to have a routine time to wake up. The reason this is healthy is because even biologically, psychologically, your body thrives off of a routine, thrives off of the predictable. When it's unpredictable, it can become more difficult for your body and for your mind to feel a sense of relaxation, to feel like everything is okay. So having a time that you wake up every day, having a routine food schedule. If you start, not eating all day, then snacking all day, or binge eating, this is going to throw your body and mind off as well. So having a routine of eating, and in fact, a lot of us have seen a lot of the memes out now about how much weight people are gaining, how much snacking people are doing. If you have a routine time that you eat, to try and keep that regular, it's better for your blood sugar, it's better for your mind, it just creates a source of continuity. Another routine that's really important to keep now is to have social support. So I would encourage you to have a routine with yourself that every day you make at least 1 to 2 regular phone calls or Zoom calls to a close friend and to a family member. Not only is this going to make you feel less isolated, but it's also going to make you feel useful because you'll feel like you're both giving and receiving support and keeping your relationships healthy. So I say both a family member and a friend because the type of support and closeness that we experience with family members is different than what it is with friends. And so having that routine of daily being in touch with both will make you feel less alone and also give you more creative ideas, allow you to discuss different ideas, and just help you get through this period. The next thing that I want to encourage you to do is start paying attention to how much you stay in the present. Oftentimes in the psychology world, in the spiritual world, we know that depression is caused by being too much in the past or being stuck in the past, and anxiety is being caused by being too much in the future, projecting too much into the future. So if you find that you're very depressed, it could be that you're remembering how things were too much and being stuck in that and wanting to go back there too much. And if you're feeling too anxious, It could be that you're constantly worrying about, oh my gosh, how long is this gonna last? What is the new world gonna look like? How are things gonna be? Notice even when I say that out loud, the anxiety starts being felt in the room. And so trying to stay more in the present would look like a number of things. Your thoughts. Do you find that when you're thinking, you often start worrying about how you're going to make money, if you're going to be able to go out in a restaurant, worrying about things that aren't happening, that are in the future, worrying about something that you actually don't even have a clue how it will be. So paying attention to your thoughts, paying attention to the news that you read. Do you find yourself often reading news stories about projections about how the economy is going to crash, and how there's going to be a second wave of corona, and how there might be food shortages? Okay, those are all going to create anxiety. So pay attention to the news that you look at, or to the things that you're paying attention to. And the third thing to notice is your conversations that you're having with your friends, the sentences that you're saying out loud. Again, are you projecting in the past, oh wow, things are so good back then, they're never going to be like that anymore? Or are you projecting into the future, oh my gosh, the housing market might crash, our house is going to probably lose its value? Notice the sentences that you're saying out loud to other people, or the kinds of conversations that you're engaging in. If you have friends that tend to worry, are you participating in this worry conversation? Start coming back to the present. So whether it's with yourself, notice if you're thinking too much into the future, and bring yourself into the present. How do you do that? Well, simply go, okay, right now I'm at home, I'm gonna go wash some dishes, I'm gonna take a walk outside, I'm gonna listen to music. Change your thoughts to something that's more present focused. If you're in a conversation that's going in the direction of, oh my God, everything's so horrible, what's gonna be tomorrow? Just change subjects. Oh, so I hear that you and Lindsay are talking again. Change it to something that's more in the present. And even physically, physically doing some meditation, just sitting and quieting your mind, feeling the sensations in your body. Those are all ways to bring yourself back into the present. Next thing, exercise. It is known, even in the coaching world and psychology, that exercise is one of the best antidotes for depression and anxiety. This has been scientifically researched, as opposed to needing to sit and talk out your problems. Sometimes just going for a good run, doing some cardio will really help. Even if you're in shelter in place, you can go for a run with your Walkman outside, in your garden. If you live in a tiny apartment and you don't have that ability, the gyms are closed, get on a YouTube video, do a workout video, and you will automatically feel yourself doing better. So as part of getting rid of anxiety, part of staying in the present, and part of having a routine, really set an exercise routine for yourself now and stick to it. Whether that is a half an hour of exercise a day or an hour every other day, but really try and do a minimum of 20 minutes a day. I would recommend 30 minutes a day. And if you're able to do an hour and that doesn't make your body too tired, or that feels good to you, go for that. But find a balance of exercise that is a good amount for you and for your body. Showering and dressing nice. So it's really hard when we're at home all day to care so much about how we dress or how we look. And of course, comfort is important because that makes you feel good. But also, don't completely give up on yourself, because at one point you'll start feeling it will bring you down. If your hair is going crazy, because obviously it's difficult to get a haircut now, if you never do your makeup anymore, if you're letting your nails grow long, at one point get yourself together. You'll see how good it feels, even if it's just clipping your own nails, getting your partner to give you a trim, or starting to wear a lipstick and eyeshadow every day. Really start making a little bit more effort. Having a regular shower schedule instead of just letting things, go because nobody sees you. or saying, hey, even if I'm on a Zoom call, that's a reason to make an effort. That's gonna make me feel good. Wearing jewelry, wearing perfume or cologne, these things all lift our spirits a little bit. So, you don't need to do them for somebody else. Do them for yourself, because you'll feel better, you'll feel good, and you'll feel like things are more normal. The next thing I want to encourage you to do is learn. Every day, make some time out. Take advantage of this new, extra time to learn something new. Whether that's just reading a book, and even if it's a fictional book, but just learning about something. Whether you've always wanted to know how to cook, get into those cooking videos and cookbooks. Whether it's sewing, or whether it's learning how to, do some programming, take a free class. There's tons of free classes online, free YouTube videos. You can even access free downloadable books. Really make some time to learn. And finally, the last thing I would say is just diversify along the same, spirit. Do some new things that you don't usually do to keep things interesting, to keep things from getting too stagnant and boring. If right now you're at home all the time, maybe watch a movie that isn't the type of movie that you would usually watch. Or, why don't you try, driving to a restaurant that you've never been to and getting some takeout. You'd support a local restaurant and also give yourself a break from cooking one day. So I really know that these tips have helped me and helped some of my clients. And I just want to encourage you to share these tips with your friends, and press the subscribe button below if you want more videos with this type of content, or that has to do with other health and life coaching things, as well as press the bell so that you can be notified when those videos come about. Wishing you a blessed day. Bye-bye.